Hey there, Nintendo 368. I actually used a hacking application called Cheat Engine. So I figured out where the CRT filter method was, and I disabled it. It's only possible on PC for now. I don't know if there's a way to do it on Switch. Maybe if they release some kind of a tool on Switch, but for now it's just on PC. But it works pretty good. Uh-oh. So the reason why I'm trying to get it to work without CRT is because I think that playing games on a computer or a Nintendo Switch, you know, something that's not on a TV, I think that the CRT effect is a little bit too much for someone that plays close up to the screen. So I think it would be cool if we had the actual official option to disable it. That would be very cool. But sadly, we don't have that option. That's why I had to do it this way. And I'm just showing everyone how it looks. So it is possible to get CRT. I mean, it is possible to get 64-bit without actually having the CRT effect. They could add it maybe in a later update. But I'm just showing like a proof of concept. Hi, Cricket. Yeah, that's the thing on the Switch and even on PC. I would say, you know, since we play close to the screen, having CRT effect is a little bit too much. That's why I think we shouldn't have it. Maybe on Xbox and PlayStation it wouldn't matter if you play a bit far away, because it's just gonna give it a little, you know, a little touch. But close up, you know, to the screen, like handheld, if you play the Switch, I think it would be cool if we could disable it. So now I'm just comparing how it looks. This is the original game, and I'll show you how it looks on the 64-bit without CRT. You think banjo-kazooie is better? Well, I also think banjo-kazooie is better. I like Playtonic and I like Yooka-Laylee, but obviously I prefer still banjo-kazooie. So here we can see how it is. This is how it looks without the CRT filter. Hey there, Shock. How you doing? I'm actually hacking right now, so they released the 64-bit Tonic for Yooka-Laylee today, and basically it limits your frames, it changes the shaders, the lighting, it disables some lighting stuff, and it also adds a CRT filter, but I disabled the CRT filter just now, so that's why it looks like everything's like low resolution, because it's exactly pretty much what the 64-bit Tonic does, except I don't have the CRT filter on, because I want to see how it looks without. I really hope they give like users the option, or the players, you know, the option to disable CRT eventually. Not the whole frames or the shading, obviously, because that's pretty much part of the 64-bit Tonic. But I would argue that the CRT effect is extra, because if you think about it, back when Banjo was a game, a popular game on the Nintendo, the CRT was actually an effect of the TV, not the game itself. So it could be an extra option, you know, as a filter, but I wouldn't add it necessarily to the 64-bit Tonic itself. So this is what the original casino looks like. We see lights in the background, you see that? Very retro. We see green and pink flashing in the back. We see those lights up top. We see those Egyptian drawings over there. The reflection here on the gold. The lights here. And now we're gonna enable the 64-bit Tonic, but we don't have the CRT on, so we're gonna see exactly what the 64-bit Tonic is doing without anything hiding. So you see the lights, they're actually purple, pinkish purple. You see? And the light is not glowing anymore. Up there, remember? There's no more lights. It's very much more clear. The lights here, they're gone. They're pretty much static now. And the reflective gold surface, nope, nowhere to be seen. We're gonna disable 64-bit Tonic again, and we'll go somewhere else. So absorb everything you see here, everything. This is like the original. Just look at everything, and then once I activate the 64-bit Tonic on the other side, you'll see the difference. So you see lots of reflective surfaces. I already did a comparison video earlier, if you look in my channel. This is more looking at the game on 64-bit without the CRT. So I disabled the CRT effect. So if anyone's interested in knowing how it looks without the CRT effect, well, I'm gonna show you in a sec. So lots of lights, lots of reflections. And now we're gonna enable 64-bit Tonic without actually having the CRT effect, so we get to see exactly what the Tonic is doing. And this is what it does. It flattens lights and darks. So shadows, they're not as pronounced. We're gonna go back and look. we see a huge... This looks very much more like a banjo-kazooie. I think just removing the CRT effect removes that pixelated look, and it helps immensely. I really think Playtonic should remove the CRT effect, or at least make it, you know, an option inside the menu itself. Can I hack the gliding like we did for banjo-kazooie? I think I can hack the gliding for banjo-kazooie. Except that I don't want to risk lagging too much while I'm on stream right now. I would probably try to do it offline, you know, just in case. I could probably figure it out by using your technique. But for now, I think I'll just keep it like this because I don't want to have to restart the stream in case something crashes. Because I really want to showcase the 64-bit Tonic without the CRT filter, so people have an idea of what it would look like if Playtonic allowed them to not have the CRT effect, like forcefully enabled. It is fully usable without CRT effect, no problem. Look, no crash, nothing. And I'm still running at 20 FPS, so I didn't change anything, only the CRT. We're gonna go somewhere else. Honestly, if I had like a stronger computer, you know, I would do it while I'm on stream. You know, like I've done it with some Nintendo 64 games. But since Yooka-Laylee uses a bit more of my resources, I don't want to risk it. But I've never tried it, but I would like to see if it works. So I'm gonna try later. And of course, I'll listen to you. You have good ideas. Except that I will do it, not now, but I will do it later. But it's a good idea that you have. I haven't thought about modifying the gliding on the game. Okay. Yeah, I stopped making content for a while because I've been busy with school and other stuff. So I just didn't want to put out, you know, half-assed like quality content out there. So I decided to wait until I had more time. And now that I have more time, I'm actually trying to upload a lot, and hopefully I'm gonna be more stable now, and I'll be able. I always say that, but then I disappear again for a couple of months. So, but hopefully this time is for real, and I'll be more stable, and I'll be able to make more content. But I've been good though, just busy. That's it. You know how time is. But yeah, I'm glad to be back though and share stuff with you guys. So you see, this is like the original view of the game without 64-bit Tonic and without CRT effect. Now I will enable the 64-bit Tonic and without CRT, so we have like a clean comparison. Here we go. So by having the 64-bit Tonic without the CRT filter on, without the scan lines, actually makes it look a bit more like banjo-kazooie when I'm playing on the emulator. So we have like a crisp image, but the textures are like low quality, and it's exactly what happens with banjo. This is exactly what we get on banjo. Oh. I put a little be right back while it's loading because it takes a little bit. This game actually is made using the Unity engine. You've probably heard of it. They make a lot of games with Unity. Lots of mobile games, lots of even computer games are made on Unity. So the cool thing about this is that for hacking it, it's very doable. And that's what actually enabled me to disable the CRT filter. That's why you can see it the way it looks on the screen right now. I might make a tutorial soon, but there are lots of videos on YouTube. What? Did that just open? Oh, okay, because I clicked this. All right, Shaq. Just send me the message. I'll read it. You always have crazy ideas, but they work. So go for it. Okay, so I'll actually go back to the swampy level. I always forget the name. No. I always fall for the same mistake. Okay, so here we go. All right, so the loading always takes a little bit, but hopefully it's not gonna be too long. I'm just gonna check something here. Chat box. I don't want you guys to be covered by the text, so I put you up here. Okay, cool. Oh, you joined my Discord? Nice. Yeah, so pretty much if ever you need anything, just write it there. I'll try to reply as soon as I can. So welcome aboard, Nintendo 368. Okay, this is one of my favorite places after the patch because I really like the way it looks. It looks very much more Nintendo because of the patch. Oh, okay, I got you, Shaq. Okay, so basically you're saying that I could like hang from anywhere? So it's like I could... It's like substituting the thing where I can use my tongue to grab myself. I could put it anywhere, right? So anytime I press it, it's like enabled and it would just grab from that. So this is the original swamp. And like I said, I already made a comparison, but it had the CRT on, so now I'm doing it without the CRT. So you can get a true comparison. This is a true comparison here. So this is what it looks like. No CRT effect. Hopefully YouTube isn't compressing it too much. I think that actually the CRT effect made YouTube have a hard time showing it on stream. Because I think that by having the CRT filter off, you can actually see clearer what the game looks like. Do you guys think it looks more like a Nintendo game like this without the Crt effect? Or do you think that the Crt is necessary for it to look like a Nintendo 64 game? Yeah, there's a part where I can grip to the wall with my tongue. Let me find one of those places so I can show you. These parts, right? Like the one up there. Actually, let me see if there's another place. Let me try to find somewhere. I'm guessing you mean somewhere like this, right, Chuck? With this? Like that? Yeah, if I could find a way to hack that, I could probably go everywhere. You think that the CRT makes it look too low quality? Okay, let me enable CRT. I'll enable CRT for you guys just so you can see how it is. The original is like this, so I enabled the CRT effect now. Yeah, and I have a feeling my screen looks kind of dirty when I actually enable CRT for some reason. I have like 2 scratches that I can never see, but whenever I have CRT on, I see like 2 scratches on my screen. But now I have CRT effect on. I feel it looks too low quality, like Nintendo is saying. It looks too low of a quality. So this is with CRT on right now. You can probably tell because you see lots of lines. There's fuzziness, but it's a bit too fuzzy if you ask me. It like adds a material to the camera. And if we remove everything, obviously the game looks very clean like this. And then if we have CRT on, for me it doesn't hurt my eyes because I'm on computer. Probably the Switch if you're playing on handheld. But honestly, I would like to disable it because I feel like this, we can see it too much. I'm too close to the screen. But if I would actually disable, where is it? Here? I hope this is the one. Yeah, see? But when I disable CRT but leave the 64-bit Tonic on, I think it looks much better. Much better. Hey Gups, sucky game. I know you don't like Yooka-Laylee, but I mean, since there's an update, you know, I wanted to share news with people that are looking for it. So, I mean, I don't think it's bad either, though. I still prefer banjo, but I mean, I wouldn't. For me, it's not that bad. Good to see you again, Gups. So this is pretty much how this level looks. I'm just gonna explore a bit further so you have an idea. What do you think, Gups? Since you're here, what do you think about the difference? Okay, you answered my question before I had the time. So, I mean, I think it looks more Nintendo 64. I have like the Tonic enabled now, so it does give it like a bit more of a, you know, like that cartoonish kind of look. I mean, it's closer to the Nintendo 64 than the original Yooka-Laylee, right? This Tonic gives it that effect. But I'm actually trying to think about, you know, when it comes to the Crt effect. Usually the original effect is like this. So what you're seeing on your screen is the real official update by Playtonic with the Crt effect on. So not only it changes the frame rate and other stuff, but it adds a Crt filter on. So it looks like it's on a screen with scan lines. So I don't think it looks bad. It does look a bit more like retro. I wouldn't necessarily say Nintendo 64, but it does look a bit more retro, like more simpler graphics, you know what I mean? But if I disable the CRT shader, you know, I think it looks better actually without the CRT. So in my opinion, I think that the Tonic is not bad, but Playtonic should give the option to players to disable the CRT effect, because I'm not saying to remove it completely, but give the option to players to toggle it, you know, because I don't think it's necessarily part of the Nintendo 64 experience or any retro experience. That's pretty much depending on the TV. Some TV had like worse scan lines than others actually, so I would leave that, you know, to the discretion of the user. So yeah, exactly. Without the CRT filter, it looks very good. That's like my whole goal of this stream, is to like show people how it looks. Yeah, I removed it with a hack. So now what you're seeing now on the screen is actually, yeah, myself. I was just experimenting with it. And yeah, so it's not an official way to take it out. It's a hack, but it's just a proof of concept. So if people want to see how it looks like, this is how it looks. This is 64-bit, no CRT. So it looks very crisp, and it looks more cartoonish. The shading, you know, the lighting, it's much more simpler, like in a Nintendo game or any older console game. And I think it's perfect like this. So that's why I'm trying to argue that we shouldn't be forced to have any type of CRT filter. And as Nintendo was saying earlier, his head was hurting because of the CRT filter. Because if you're playing on the computer, it's not that bad because you're still at a certain distance. But if you're playing on handheld version, imagine you're playing Nintendo Switch and you have something with a CRT. You're basically looking at the game blurry. So it's gonna make you feel like you need glasses, you know? So not everyone can handle that. So I think honestly, if someone wants to experience it, just give players the option to disable CRT effect. This is the original way the game looks. See? And now CRT effect disabled, but we're still gonna turn on the Go Retro 64-bit Tonic. You see? I feel this is much better like this. Once again, I'll enable CRT so we can all have a quick comparison here. It looks too pixelated. In my opinion, it looks too pixelated with CRT effect. Yeah, it does look good. Yeah, we're using the power of hacking for good, so. I mean, with CRT is not, I'm not saying it's like horrible, but it could be better. And how could it be better? Just no CRT. Like if they could give the options like to users, you know, they go to options, display, and then there's like, you know, full screen VSync, and then there's like CRT filter, you know, and then you just disable that. That would be cool. So then look, it would look like this, 64-bit Tonic enabled with no CRT scan lines. Exactly. Exactly. So without the CRT, it looks much closer to the Nintendo 64. Obviously, I wouldn't say it's like exactly the same because they're on different engines. It's generations apart, you know. but it is closer. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Gups. Completely agree. The no CRT is actually a good thing. So some people might prefer it, to be honest. I've read a lot of comments. There was like debate. One of my most popular videos is actually that one about the Tonic, and there's a lot of like mixed debates if you look at all the comments. Lots of debate. So if I was in Playtonic's shoes, I wouldn't disable it, but I would give people the option. Just giving them the option. Yeah. So it looks pretty good. We're gonna go to another level so we can have more reference shots. Because I'm thinking of maybe compiling this and then making another video. If someone ever wants to like, oh crap, I'm low on. If someone ever wants to like compare it, they're gonna have these shots. That's why I'm trying to get like lots of good places. All right. Okay, we're gonna change maps, and we're gonna have a bit more comparisons. If only I can find the exit. Poor Laylee. Okay, here we go. Maybe if they're gonna do like another, probably like another, you know, update, because they haven't released the 64-bit Tonic yet for the Xbox One and the PS4. So maybe if they're planning on doing so, they could add the option to enable and disable CRT, and then push the update to the Switch and the PC version as well. All right, yeah, if I use this, true. Well, maybe, I mean, I'm saying maybe I would use it, but that's in case I would do a video, you know, like a shorter video, more like a montage. But either way, I could still redo it again. But I was just saying, and you know, for other players. But I think I've done enough Yooka-Laylee videos recently. I probably spammed everyone's home feed. So this is the original. We're just having a look here. There's Rextro over here. Let's have a look. So we're gonna come back and see how this looks. Even Rextro has scan lines, look. Okay, we're gonna come back. Hey Rextro, what are your scan lines? It's smart. They actually remove Rextro's scan lines because we're supposed to have scan lines ourselves right now, like on the whole screen. So we should, you know, it should actually be like this. But since I disabled the scan lines, we see it like this. So we see Rextro actually, this is like the clean model of Rextro. Wow. Yeah, so the polygons on Rextro, they're actually very limited, so they should have done something like that for Yooka-Laylee as well. Would have been cool. Woohoo! Woohoo! No, we're not gonna play. We already proved that the mini games are not 64-bit compatible. So all the mini games are gonna look how they're supposed to look. The more you look at it, the more N64 it looks, really. Yeah, I think I felt the same way. At the beginning I was like a bit speculating a bit, but then so I was skeptical, you know, but then when I started playing, I liked it. Even if at the beginning it had the Crt effect. But after playing a while with the Crt on, I was wondering if maybe I could disable it. And once I found a way to do it, well, then yeah, I did it. And I think it's... I like the way that the resolution of the textures lowers. So that's a cool thing. It's loading. Yooka and Laylee aren't blocking up. Yeah, exactly. It would have been cool if they had, you know, the possibility of reducing the number of polygons inside of the character, like the model for Yooka-Laylee. Would have been nice, but we can't get everything. I think that the reasoning behind that, I'm just saying random stuff, but maybe the reasoning was that since the Crt effect was going to be on, it makes everything look a bit more pixelated. So it kind of lowers the resolution. Even if you would have like 1080p, it would still look lower resolution because of the edges. So it kind of defeats like any anti-aliasing or anything that you could have. So that makes Yooka-Laylee look a bit more lower quality. So but now since we don't have that scan line, we actually see Yooka-Laylee the way they are. They do look a bit too smooth to be, you know, a retro. But I still think, you know, if we just play and we don't focus too much on the characters and we just... Like, I'm trying not to be like too cinematic, you know, and walk like this. Like, I just move the camera and shake it everywhere. Like, as if a normal player would do it. I think it looks pretty Nintendo enough. Like, don't tell me this doesn't kind of look like a Nintendo 64 game. Look. Like, I'm just playing... Like, think about... Don't think just about banjo-kazooie, but think like a mix of like banjo-tooie and banjo-kazooie. Alright, Gups. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you again. Thank you. Alright. But yeah, so if you'd see this like just a Nintendo 64 game like that, it's still pretty believable. So I'm wondering if there's a way that I could hack the frame limiter. I haven't tried, and I don't think it's that necessary because I actually think that I'm used to playing games with 20 FPS. So for me, it's not a big deal. For some people, 20 FPS is too low. I can manage with that and I could actually play and finish a game, so I don't really need to disable it. I could find a way to remove the limiter, but like I said, I don't think it's necessary. Because the thing that bothered me the most was the CRT. But now, this is how everything looks. Oh, there's also the render distance. Forgot about that. So there's like a render distance. You can see in the background everything's like a shade of blue, a grayish blue. It's because it's emulating the render distance of the Nintendo, which is still pretty far. We can still see a lot. Usually in Nintendo games we don't even see like that platform down there, but I think it's still good because we're not gonna be like too limiting on the game and then we can barely do anything. Yeah, hacking the FPS is more like hacking like the rendering, so it would be harder. I'm 99% sure that if I tried to hack like the FPS, I would crash the game. So that's why I'm not gonna do it live for sure. But aside from the scan lines, do you guys think that the 64-bit Tonic looks good? Because I think it looks good. I don't want to be like harsh on Playtonic, you know? I think they did a good job. Because I think it looks pretty good. Looks like sharp, you know, clear. The colors pretty flat, but that's how it works, you know. I like it. Once again, we have the original. Take a look, there's like some grass there. Fire, look at the fire. Look at Vandy. Look at the snow over there. It's kind of reflective. And now we're gonna enable it. Alright, and now we enabled it. You think it looks good? Really good, nice. Yeah, I honestly wish they could give you like the option to disable CRT effect. And this is like without CRT and 64-bit mode. So I think it looks very good like this. Let's enable CRT again for comparison's sake. Here we go. Yeah, so CRT really, nah, it washes out things too much, I think. So either, look, either they add a permanent CRT effect that is like half of the strength of this one, or they just let people choose what they want, like enable it or disable it, regardless of the 64-bit Tonic. So let's say you want to play the game HD, but you still want to have the scan lines. That's up to the user, you know? Like modern emulators, you can pretty much do that. Okay, you wanna actually find the address for the FPS? Well, you don't see it on the Game Shock, but I actually have a overlay that tells me the frames right now. So maybe I could try scanning like the exact number. So right now my frames is like stuck at 20. I'm just gonna disable the CRT. Look at the snow, by the way. There, much cleaner. I could try doing it, you know, with Cheat Engine, but the thing is, I don't want to crash the game because I'm like trying to have here some historic archive in case Hacks for All dies, and everybody wanted to know what Yooka-Laylee looked in 64-bit without the scan lines. So oh, I haven't seen anything on my side, Nintendo. I just saw last message I saw from you. It says it looks really good. We're gonna go in this cave and we're gonna see. Crystalline cave. Whoa. That's the cool thing about this game. Once you get that power up, look what I can do. No problem. No problem. I can just fly back up and nobody can tell me what to do. So I'm a heavy ball now. I'm a big boy. I'm a heavy big boy. Oh. Hey, get out of the way. But I think it looks pretty good like this, honestly. Yeah, it could just be the representation too. An area of bite. I don't think I've ever used area of bite, or just once. So I'm not... You said shovel? Oh, Shovel Knight. Yeah, you want to see Shovel Knight in 64-bit without CRT? I could go back. I mean, I'm going back in the level, so I'll go check out Shovel Knight. This place is very nice. I don't think I've seen Shovel Knight, or maybe I did and I don't remember. So I think there's like lack of transparency on the objects, which I think that Nintendo did have transparency. I remember in Banjo-Kazooie, remember, was this cave? She had like crystals like this, and we could see through them. We're gonna go check out Shovel Knight to show on Nintendo 368. So I think the 64-bit thing looks pretty good. Here we go. By the way, do you guys prefer if I stream on YouTube or if I stream on Twitch? Because I've been thinking about switching to Twitch, but it would depend if you guys would follow me over there or if you actually even use it. Or else the little fan base, like the little followers and subscribers that I have, I would lose them if I went to Twitch. So I don't want to do that. Because apparently people say it's better in Twitch. There's like more views and stuff. I tried streaming on Twitch, but it didn't do too well, so that's why I usually stay here. So, I mean, depends what you guys tell me. The red dress lady hack? Yeah, the red dress lady hack is gonna come soon. Probably in a couple of days, because I want to have like a little idea of what we're gonna do. So, but I will drop it. Don't worry, Shaq. It's gonna come. Okay. So remember, guys, we're still in 64-bit mode right now. Oh, okay, you're not. Okay, no problem. All right, Nintendo. Then I'm gonna stay on YouTube just for you. It's fine. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, okay. So Shaq would follow me? Okay. I mean, I see how it is. Honestly, the thing about Twitch is that it's a bit different over there. I think people are like more competitive or something. So usually I keep it a bit more casual on YouTube, so that's why I stay here. But it's good to know. All right. Last time I think I asked the same question, and some people also said like they don't like Twitch, and other people said they don't mind, they would follow me. So I think for now I'm gonna stay here. But if ever I make the switch, it will be like in a long time. So I'm not planning to anyway, so I'm just letting everyone know that I'm not gonna make the switch for now. But it's good to know how things are looking. Okay, so we're gonna go in the first world, and boom. I can stream at both at the same time, but it's actually like against the rules. So I could do it. There are ways to do it, but if I get caught doing that, my Twitch channel is gonna be like blocked or deleted. So if I ever gain like followers or stuff like that, I'm just gonna get like deleted. So I would have to start from scratch. And I don't even know if I do like another account, they'll let me in. If they see, you know, that I'm the same Hacks for All. So I could do it, but if I get caught, like I said, I'm just gonna get removed. So because I did look into that, into multi-streaming, but apparently it's not worth it. Yeah, Twitch is more like gaming, streaming. It's like it's a bit more just for gaming, you know. But usually instead of just gaming, I do hacks as well, like this thing that I'm doing here. I don't think anyone on Twitch is gonna hack video games like I'm doing it. So it's possible they do it, but it's mostly just gaming. They would just like whatever game they would play anyway, they just add a camera and a mic and they play the same game they would anyway, and then they just stream it. But here it's a bit different. Here usually on YouTube you could have like comments, you could have hacks, you could also game, you know. So I think YouTube is a bit more flexible. So you're right, Shaq. I think I'm gonna stay here. The reason I think Nintendo is because I think people, especially like the people over at Twitch, they don't want their channel to be used like a backup. They want to be like a main platform, you know, a main place for gaming. So if you're like streaming on both, you're basically just making them like a second option, you know. But they actually want to be, they're like competitors to YouTube gaming and other places that people might stream, right? So by doing that, they're like exclusive. So if you wanna like check something out, you have to go on Twitch, you know. They don't give you like the option to, you can't choose basically. And I don't think YouTube like prohibits that. I think it's Twitch that says whatever you stream on Twitch has to wait 24 hours before it goes onto the internet, like on YouTube or whatever, anything else. So they really want to be exclusive. All right, so this is a look at the original place. Okay, I'm gonna disable the CRT right now, the CRT shader, and we're going to enable 64-bit, and we'll see how it looks in this level. Like I said, you know, CRT isn't necessarily bad, but it would be cool if we could disable it. So this is 64-bit Tonic in the first world. I mean, what did I just say? 64-bit Tonic in the first world without CRT. I have to be specific. Because if anyone's watching this or they just tuned in into the live stream, they're like, wait, does he have the Tonic on or not? Because it looks like he doesn't, but it looks low quality, like his settings are on very low. But it's actually the Tonic. Yeah, I think it looks nice. We're gonna go see Shovel Knight. Right. Almost forgot about Shovel Knight. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Shovel Knight. Boom. Ouch. Give me them butterflies. More butterflies. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna see Shovel Knight. How does Shovel Knight look? Shovel Knight?
Yo,
Shovel Knight.
Yo, ho, ho.
Yo ho ho. I think Shovel Knight looks exactly the same. I might be wrong, but I think Shovel Knight looks the same. I'm not sure. Let me put CRT on just to see what changes. Okay, so with CRT, I don't like it too much, but not bad. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't change, right? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because he looks very familiar. Okay, so Shovel Knight's the same. Let's look at Shovel Knight from the back. All the armor is there. Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, Shovel Knight. Good to see you. It would have been really cool if like we had like an appearance from Banjo in the game, you know? Like you would see a painting, an old like washed out painting, and then just like a bear and a bird. Because since they're not allowed to have those characters in, it could have been like very similar or just a bear and a bird, but we would know it's them, right? It would have been cool. Hi, how are you doing? I think he already did this. Oh, actually, I think I gotta put water. Oh, there we go. Nimbo's been holding that for ages. Ho ho ho. You would have liked to see a 64-bit Shovel Knight? Yeah, it would have been nice to see a 64-bit Shovel Knight. Even Yooka-Laylee. There's lots of stuff I would have made a bit different if I could have. You know, if we could have like changed some stuff. But overall, I think that the update is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. The update is pretty good. It really gives a Nintendo look to it. I don't know if my computer's strong enough to run like Banjo at the same time, because I would try to like run Banjo just to see how it looks. Oh, I forgot I had ice. Okay, I'm gonna bring Yooka-Laylee somewhere so I can compare it to Banjo. Let's see. I'm gonna have Yooka-Laylee stand. We'll have them here, like on this stone. Here. Okay, and I'm gonna go get Banjo. I'll try to get Banjo on the screen. We're gonna see how it looks. I don't know if it's gonna work. Hopefully it works properly. I'm gonna add another game capture. Okay, so now we have one, and you already hear Banjo. Yes, that's Banjo. All right. So that's Banjo on one screen and Yooka-Laylee on the other. We're gonna compare them. Banjo's looking much darker. Where's the other one? Okay. So I'll do like something like this. Because Banjo's resolution is a square, obviously. And I'll move the chat to the top. Okay. So now we have both. We can see a little bit like of resemblance. I'm gonna let like the outro, the intro play, but then I'll go through some levels. So we have banjo on one screen. Yeah, the intro is the best. We have banjo on one screen, and on the other we're gonna have Yooka-Laylee. So, I mean, I'm gonna lower the volume for Yooka-Laylee. So we have the music only from banjo. Oh yeah, the intro is very nice. Alright, here we go. And... alright, I'm just gonna make banjo's screen a little bit smaller so banjo gives a bit of chance to Yooka. Here, something like this. There. Something like that. So we have both games here. They're both looking pretty good. So tell me what you think about the differences here. So there's no Crt effect, there's no nothing. So honestly, I think banjo has like a bit more of that, a bit more of shadows. If you compare it quick, you know, banjo has that shadow look. But like when it comes to like the colors and the simplicity of the textures, I think, yeah, exactly. I think they come in pretty close. I'm gonna load up a level for banjo and we're gonna compare that, so we can have a better comparison. Yeah, I do agree. Yooka-Laylee is more on the brighter side. Okay, I'm gonna teleport myself. Oh no. You guys don't want to know what was going on here. You don't want to know what I was doing here. Okay. Yeah, some hacking going on. I have a lot of stuff that I want to show you guys. But this is not the moment. So yeah, Yooka-Laylee is a bit more of like brighter, I would say. I would agree with you. So we're gonna move over here before I get killed by Conga. I might have to ask help to Glitch, my brother, so he can help me out, so he can move both. I mean, one game while I move the other one, or else it's gonna be a bit hard for me to do everything. We're just gonna enable some kind of like infinite health, just in case, so we don't die. In air, I guess. And we're gonna go also in Yooka-Laylee. So we have both right now. I'm surprised I'm not lagging. So yeah, Yooka-Laylee is a bit more brighter. I'm gonna go to Batship Crazy, which is like the initial part of Yooka-Laylee, and I'll also go to the original place from Banjo-Kazooie, so we can compare them. Oh. So look at how the water looks here on Banjo. The water looks like blue, you see that? Let's look how it looks on Yooka-Laylee. Yooka-Laylee is brighter, it's true. Yeah. Honestly, if I wouldn't have put them like side by side, I wouldn't have noticed. Hey Temptation, what's up? So banjo has a lot more of nuances in the dark places, right? So banjo's not that bright of a game, actually. You were right, Shaq. Yeah. Yooka and Laylee is like, they're much more brighter. Look at banjo, everything's like a bit darker. Honestly, if, like I said, if I wouldn't have put them like side by side, I would have never noticed. And now we're gonna go on Yooka-Laylee and move and go to the other place as well. Now, once again, I'm not trying to compare them necessarily to see which one's better, just to see what the differences are, because it's pretty interesting to see how close Playtonic got into making this 64-bit Tonic, because they did get pretty close. By the way, for everyone that's watching either live or on replay, please don't forget to leave a like. That helps me out a lot. And if you're interested in this kind of content, also make sure to subscribe. That helps me out a lot too. Obviously, if you like this type of content. The music goes well with Yooka-Laylee as well, though. So here we are, we're both at our initial place. It's true that Yooka-Laylee is a much more brighter. I don't know if I can change this in the settings. Nope. Yeah, it's true, Yooka-Laylee is very, very bright compared to banjo. Banjo's much more darker. We're gonna move on like somewhere around here. We're gonna go like next to a tree, like right here. Get rid of this enemy. Yeah, they're close though, they're close. I'm gonna modify the image on Yooka-Laylee just to like force it so it looks similar. I'm kind of cheating here, but I just want to have an idea of how things, you know, could look if they were, you know, modified a bit. So we're gonna actually make the game a bit darker. I think it's like more contrast, is it? No, not more contrast. Yeah, without the CRT, we can have like a bit more of a fair comparison. So there's something in banjo that it's hard to replicate easily. Banjo has like less brightness, I guess. I'm just going, you know, what my eyes see. I could be a bit off here, but something like that, I would say, and a bit of saturation. Like I would say something like this, you know, just like a test. I'm not saying they're similar, but this like works much more similar. Yeah, of course, I'll turn on the CRT right on for this. Okay. So here's the CRT effect on. So you see how the CRT is a bit too much. Let me disable the color, because I changed the color on Yooka-Laylee. Let me put it back to the original and just keep the CRT effect on. So like that we have like the emulator versus what Playtonic released. So this is what actually Playtonic released. So I mean, this is what we have at the moment. We're gonna go check how water looks. There isn't necessarily a place to swim in Yooka-Laylee. If I remember correctly, I don't think there is. Yeah, I don't think there's any place where we could swim. So we're just gonna look at the water surface on Banjo and on Yooka-Laylee. Right now I have the Crt Effect on, as per request by Nintendo. Oh, we can actually swim here. Nice. Forgot about this place. So we're gonna compare the water, how it looks here, and on Banjo. Yeah, Yooka-Laylee is much brighter. True. I currently don't have any like effects on Banjo, so Banjo's pretty much stock. It's the original. So there they're pretty much the same in the sense of like location a bit. There's like some light, and you see the water. The water doesn't have like any texture on Yooka-Laylee, it's just like a blue. While on Banjo they actually have like this texture on. But I'm not trying, you know, to compare it one-on-one. It's just to have an idea. But yeah, Yooka-Laylee is a bit brighter. And if we remove the Crt effect just so we have like a bit more of an even field, it's still a bit too bright on Yooka-Laylee's side. So I'm gonna add that little modification I did to the game, just so it looks a bit darker, and they're a bit more comparable. Maybe something like this. Hey, their timing is pretty close. Don't you think that their timing is pretty close? Look. You see that they land at the same time? Do you guys think, I'm pretty sure you think the same thing I'm thinking, that when they were making this game, they had somewhere in a corner Banjo open, and they would like test to see if it would match? Because look, they fall exactly at the same time. Man, I love this game. Yeah. Let me see. And the water isn't very clear on Yooka-Laylee. Yeah, the water isn't too clear on Yooka-Laylee. It's true. So Banjo actually did it better. And Banjo did it first. So let me put them side by side, as if they would be standing like at the same place, you know? Try to put them aligned here. So it's like the same ground, you know what I mean? It's as if they were very close to each other. Like that. So yeah, you see that? Like when they jump. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there was a TV connected with a Nintendo 64 and a copy of banjo-kazooie. Like somewhere in the office. And they would just like randomly play while they were developing the game. So they could get a feel of how it's supposed to be. And that's totally legal, by the way. I'm not saying in a shady way. It's totally legal. But yeah. What else do we have? What kind of similar skills do they have? There's this one. Right? Yeah. There's the pounding. That one also is exactly the same timing. Wow, look. You see that? And even the smoke that comes out. I kind of prefer the smoke on Yooka-Laylee in this case. It's a little bit more like energetic. But man. Okay, let's make them walk. Let's see. Very soft. Huh. This is... Guys, I might be like going off on a tangent here, but I apologize for that, but I feel like I'm onto something. I think that Yooka-Laylee was based on banjo-kazooie. No, I know it was based on it, but what I'm saying is I like how those details, they actually went down to those details. I'm gonna get a closer camera here. Let's see, what else do we have? Of course they can both crouch, right? And then what can we do through crouching? Banjo looks to the sides. Oh, Yooka also looks to the sides. If we don't move, they're like, hey, what's going on? And if we let them go, what's like their idle animations? So Banjo is a bit more like, he moves a bit more. He's more active than Yooka. Yooka's a bit more relaxed. Yeah. So Kazooie kind of bothers Banjo. Oh. And now... Oh my god. I think Yooka-Laylee was based on banjo-kazooie. No way. Yeah. No, but it is nice to see how they even went to like those little details. Some stuff like this, obviously we don't have that on Banjo, but like we could compare it like to the eggs. And then what else do we have? We have the Invincibility, which is like this. Except on Yooka-Laylee we go faster, so that's a nice addition. Double jump, let's see double jump. Let's see. Okay, so double jump is actually better on Yooka-Laylee, because Banjo falls a bit too short, you know, like they actually made it harder on Banjo. Yooka-Laylee, you have like more leverage. Look at all the time you have. Banjo's already down and Yooka's still falling. Even this, if you leave it pressed down, Yooka-Laylee does it like longer. If you just tap it though, it's exactly the same. Man, that's pretty interesting. So it is a good comparison, just to have an idea. So disabling the CRT actually helps a lot to have like that image that each of them has like their own things. Obviously they're not the same game, but they have their similarities. And Yooka was designed, you know, to look brighter. That's what the artist probably wanted to do. So I'm guessing it's a choice, artistic choice. So, but I think it looks pretty good. I think that if games would be like, imagine you're playing Banjo-Kazooie all the time. It might be a little bit too dark for you. You know, if you're playing that on your Switch, you know, it could be a bit dark. So it's good actually to have a bit of brightness. So it's a good decision on Playtonic's side. So this is like pretty much their house. They live here. I mean, obviously not Yooka, but Laylee lives there. We're gonna see in Banjo. Yeah, so this is the house for Banjo. They didn't have a TV, by the way. Banjo was a very calm person. He didn't really watch much TV. Here we have a TV. Pretty cool. Standard. Let's see what we have. I don't see a bed or anything though. Maybe in here. Maybe we can go inside somehow. Oh yeah, the music, yeah, it goes well together. Actually, that's what I was thinking earlier. Some of the music of banjo would actually fit very well in Yooka-Laylee. Like, let's go in here, like, let's go into the tower and have the Gruntilda music play. Let's do that right now and see. Okay. It's true, you're right, banjo does have a Game Boy. You're totally right. It's true. What happened with the Game Boy on, because they remade, you know, they remade Banjo for like the Xbox. Does Banjo have a Game Boy on the Xbox Live version? I never knew because I never played it on that one. Or did they just keep that Game Boy and just remove like the logo? I don't even know if it's like visible, but because Microsoft never made like a handheld gaming device, so I'm curious to know about what happened with that. Okay, we're gonna go inside Gruntilda's tower. Alright, Nintendo. We're gonna go inside Gruntilda's tower, and also it's very similar. There's like a bridge, same thing. Huh. Very similar. Hey, wait a second. This is exactly the same. Huh. Interesting. And then if we come here, you're saying that the Xbox has a Nintendo 64 version on the arcade? No, but what I meant, Shock, was in the Xbox Live Arcade version, or like the remake, you know, that Rare made for... Because Rare made like a remake, right? Of like Banjo. Not a remake, but I mean they ported it back and they added like widescreen support and all of that. So they had to change like some logos where it says like Nintendo, it says Microsoft Studios instead. But you know, when he has the Game Boy, does he have it? Oh really, he has the Game Boy in the Xbox version? Oh, nice. And hi Rick, by the way. Okay, very cool, very cool. Okay, so I learned something new today. That's pretty cool. So he actually keeps the Game Boy. Obviously, if it's not visible that there's like a brand of Nintendo or anything, they're not technically, you know, showing any brands, so it's okay. We know it's a Game Boy, but so I guess that's cool. But yeah, so we see that the water here is different. See, let's look at water inside the lair in Banjo. Really? They keep the Nintendo 64. Oh wow. Man, I'm very far behind in that Xbox stuff because I never got it on Xbox. I only have it on the original, and then I've been playing it on emulator ever since. Okay, so this is the water in Banjo-Kazooie. So the water Banjo looks a bit more transparent. I think they were a bit harsh on the transparency in Yooka-Laylee. There is some transparency, we can still see through, but let's enable the Crt effect and take a look at it again. Okay, so I guess with the Crt effect it looks like it gives the illusion as some kind of transparency. It's not necessarily transparent, but it gives that illusion. The rate of like the water falling here matches very well with the sound we hear from banjo. By the way, everyone, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Okay, I'm still gonna disable the CRT shader. Just look at the game with the lower graphics from the 64-bit Tonic. So it looks pretty bright compared to Banjo. Banjo's a much darker game. Let's go in here. Is there a level that's a bit comparable between banjo-kazooie and Yooka-Laylee? I think Freezy Peak, I guess, for the snow. Or even I'm gonna go to Clanker's Cavern, just to compare with the pipes that we have here. Whoops. Click Clock Wood. You want me to compare Click Clock Wood to what? To what other level? From... Really? Yeah, apparently the music works very well between the banjo music on Yooka-Laylee works very well. Yeah. Like this clanker music, it doesn't even sound bad in the lair. Alright, I'll go to the first one and compare it there. Alright, yeah. I haven't thought of banjo-kazooie. You're totally right. Yeah, so I actually just removed the music from, like lowered the music in Yooka-Laylee just for the sake of not having, you know, since I have two games open, I didn't want to sound like I had too many things going on. And then I noticed that it actually matched pretty well with the game. Yeah. I think Nintendo 368 also said that, and totally right on. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to Click Clock Wood. We're gonna see how it is. So the advantage here is that since we have the 64-bit Tonic enabled, but the CRT filter, you know, the scan lines disabled, we can actually compare it a bit more to Banjo on emulator. So we're gonna see how it is. And this is pretty much how people nowadays would play Banjo anyway. We can still play it obviously on the original hardware. But so what we've noticed so far is that Banjo is actually a much darker game. Much darker. Boom. I'm gonna go to Spring just to make it more similar. Spring. Oh, Spring. There we go. Nya haha. Oh. So we have bees here. On Yooka-Laylee we have the butterflies. The ukulele is much brighter. Like it looks a bit too. I killed Robin. Yeah, I killed Robin. It was either Robin or me, so banjo wasn't gonna risk it. We're gonna go here and compare this. Although this is more like a tropical place than ukulele, I still feel like it's a bit more similar, so we're gonna stand here. And then on banjo, we're gonna look somewhere with water too. So yeah, the water is darker, and it's much more transparent. So here we have like some kind of comparison. I'm not saying it's a one-on-one comparison. I know there's like many differences. Oh no, I always get hit by that one. Always. Anyway. So it's just so we get an idea. Oh, banjo, get out. Alright. So how do things look here? Yeah, so the water, like I said, is very different, even with the CRT effect on. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it with banjo. I mean, with ukulele. Yeah. Yeah, the graphics in banjo, they're pretty good. Even if I like remove the CRT scan lines on ukulele, banjo looks pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. And even if I add like a little bit of like cheating, you know, in quotes, some color correction to ukulele so it looks a bit darker like banjo, you know, even then banjo still looks pretty good. Yeah, you're right, Rick. You're right. You think banjo looks better than the 64-bit Tonic? Yeah, I think so too. We're gonna go on a bridge or something. I'm gonna enable a cheat on banjo so I can help myself out. The one that says take off and fly from anywhere. You think Yooka looks better, Nintendo? I mean, it's all subjective, right? We can't say like one's just an opinion, so we can't necessarily say this one's better and that's it. So maybe for you one looks better and for someone else the other one looks better. For me, honestly, I feel like model wise, obviously the 3D is better on ukulele. But if we talk about the actual like shading, like the colors, you know, I kind of prefer the colors. Like, let me put the original ukulele colors, because now I'm actually helping ukulele. Ukulele is actually like this. Oh no, banjo, you got hit. So this is like the real comparison. So they're both on a bridge, pretty much. like in a similar place, I guess. I tried, and yeah, for me, like I said, I think the most the best aspect of banjo is the shading, and I also like how the textures in banjo, they have a bit more definition. So you see the bridge on Yooka-Laylee, it's just like wood, right? But here in banjo, you actually see like wooden planks, like you see the nails stuck in them, even if it's just part of the texture, it's still there. So that's what I kind of appreciate more about banjo. But honestly, they both have like their ups and downs, right? Whoops, that's not what I meant. Let me disable that cheat for a second. Yeah, and I can even add like 60 frames per second for banjo. I don't know how smooth it's gonna look on your screen, but yeah. Yeah, honestly I think like the shading is better on banjo, but I think that the models themselves, obviously they look better on Yooka-Laylee. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because I've been streaming for longer than I can remember, and I've had a long day, so I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully, if you want to see more comparisons, I compared and actually went in all the levels in Yooka-Laylee using the 64-bit Tonic without the CRT filter on. So if you're curious to see how that looks, you can just rewind or subscribe and watch it later. But I'm gonna leave it here for now, and I really appreciate everyone for tuning in. It's really cool having people and talking to you guys, so I really appreciate the support. Remember, please like if you like this video, and leave comments if you have any suggestions or anything for me. And I'll see you all next time. I'll see you, yeah, with hacks. Exactly, with hacks, let's plays, glitches, exploits. I'm gonna hack something soon on Mission Impossible, so if you want to be updated with some little spoilers, you can check out my Discord. It's in the description. So I'll see you all later. Thank you very much for staying and for watching. Goodbye.